Kira. I'm 17 years old, and today I'm going to talk about something that I find extremely difficult to even think about most of the time. When I was 13 years old, I received a vaccination that damaged my health and changed my life forever. I'm not making this video to blame anyone or to upset anyone. I just don't want another girl or another family to go through what me and my family have been going through for the past almost 5 years. My story begins in the November of 2011 when I was in my first year of secondary school. That October I received the Gardasil vaccination, which aims to prevent against 2 types of cervical cancer. Cervical cancer is a horrendous disease. 300 women a year in Ireland are diagnosed with it alone, and it takes so many young women away from their families every year. So obviously I got the injection without any bit of hesitation. I mean, I wasn't worried, my family wasn't worried, and I received the injection at school in a room with all my friends, and at the time I was 100% grand. Some girls were fainting, others felt dizzy, I guess just at the sight of the needle, but I was 100% grand, and I went back to class after 5 minutes. A month later, in the November, I got sick, and it was a Sunday evening, and I'll never forget that evening. It was like someone flipped a switch, and basically I've been sick ever since. At the time I didn't know that it was the start of this. I just thought I had a bug. I felt like I'd been hit by a truck. So I don't know how to explain it. I felt like I was glued to the bed. I never felt so weak or had so little energy in all my life. My stomach was upset, my head was pounding, I had a temperature. I felt so sick, and my mom and dad obviously just thought I had a bug, and they weren't worried, and I wasn't really either. And I ended up missing a week of school, which was odd for me at the time, and I went to the GP and she just thought I had a bug as well. And in first year alone I missed 5.5 months of my first year in secondary school, and I spent most of 2011 either in a hospital bed or in my bed at home. I never talk about this because I find it embarrassing. It's so difficult to see people who got the injection the exact same time as you, who are 100% perfect and who are fine, and then I'm stuck like this. I ended up just getting sicker and sicker and not getting any better, but I learned to deal with it as best I could, and I went to school when I could, and ever since then I've missed a huge amount of school and a huge amount of my life. And up until 3 weeks ago, I honestly thought that I had given myself something, or I had damaged myself in some way, and I blame myself for being sick. One of the hardest things about being sick was not knowing what it was. I mean, I got so many different diagnoses, and I went to so many different doctors and specialists, and they could all see that I was sick. I could see that I was sick, but they couldn't make me any better. And that's how it's basically been for the last almost 5 years. But I got on with it, and 3 weeks ago, or it's a bit longer than that now, TV3 brought out a documentary about the girls who had been affected by the vaccination. And I was actually in hospital at the time, and I didn't see it, but my mom saw it, and so many people text her and were talking to her and said it sounded so much like me, and so many of my friends and people I barely know started messaging me and saying, did I ever think about this? And I don't know, we went on the Regret website and we looked up the symptoms, and I had every single one bar maybe one or two. And I was so shocked. I went into denial for 1 or 2 weeks, and I said, this can't be me. Like, so many, like all those girls, so many girls are fine, and this can't be me. And I just wouldn't accept it in my head. And Mom kept saying, you know, watch the documentary, and I couldn't. I couldn't watch it, and I finally did. And it was like watching myself on the television, and for the first time in years, I felt like I wasn't mad, or I wasn't the only one who was like this. The girls in the television are obviously, they're awful. They're housebound. They can't leave the house. They never did any exams. They can't go to school at all anymore. And it was so frightening to see that there was people worse, you know, affected by this. But as soon as I saw that, I just thought, they're going to be giving more girls this vaccination. They're going to start giving it to boys soon too, because boys carry the virus, the infection. And, you know, it might not affect boys the same way, or, you know, you don't know what way it will affect boys. It might not affect boys at all, but I just thought I can't let another family go through what we've been going through, and I had to say something instead of just leaving it. I don't want anyone else to be like this. I don't know if I'll be left like this forever, or if I'll get better. Like, I'm always positive about everything in life, but it's very hard to be positive all the time with this. Over the past 4 months, I have been off school. I got meningitis, and obviously the injection didn't give me meningitis, but they were wondering why it took me so long to get better from it, and why I was taking so long to recover. I mean, I'm only getting back to kind of myself now, and that's not even myself, it's the Garda self, you know, self, but it's because I have no immune system, which is due to the vaccination. And it's another year of school I basically missed. Probably have to repeat the year, and missed out on so much this year alone, like, of my school, of like everything, of birthdays. I missed so many 18s alone this year. And I know that doesn't sound like anything, but when all your friends are going out and you're stuck in a hospital bed, or in bed at home, it's so hard. I mean, I'm not even 18 years old, and most of the time I feel like an 8-year-old. I know that sounds so mad, but it's the way I am. Compared to some girls, I've had a quality of life. You know, I go to school when I can. I've gone to school a good bit. I've gone to football matches, I've gone different places, and some days I do have energy and I just think maybe I'm getting better, and then I'm gone again. And when I start to have little bit of energy or feel a bit better, I go a bit mad. I try and do everything, you know, and then I'm affected for another 2 weeks. I never ever talk about this with anyone, but I feel like if one girl wouldn't have to go through this, it literally make me so happy. It doesn't just affect me, it affects everyone around me, it affects my friends, it affects my family, it affects my grandparents. so much. And I don't want anyone else to have to go through this. And I'm not telling parents or whoever not to give their children this vaccination, because, like, I mean, it's your choice. But I don't feel like all the facts are out there about what could happen to what happened to me and what happened to so many other girls and what could happen to your child. Just do the proper research, because they're giving this to people as if nothing is going to affect them, and you might be lucky. There's so many girls out there who are prevented, who are prevented against getting cervical cancer and are totally fine, but there's more of us who are stuck like this, and who knows, I mean, I don't know if I'll be like this forever, or I'll be like this, or I'll be better but someday, but at the moment this is how I am. And I take every day that comes. I'm going back to school Monday for the first time in 4 months, and to say I'm excited would be an understatement. So many people go through so many different things. Like, everybody has something. Literally everyone has something in their life that isn't right. And I know that, and I just want people to know that you have to still keep fighting, because if you don't fight for yourself, who else will? I mean, no one else will. So you have to get up every day and live every day as if it's your last. That's what I try to do. And no matter what you're going through in life, just keep at it and stay positive, because that's all you can do.